Welcome back to Yo Bike Beat. When Honda brings a name back from the past, it usually means they've got something special in mind, and the 2026 Honda NX650R is proof. This isn't a lazy badge revival, it's a thoughtful reimagining of what the Dominator spirit means in a modern era. From the first glance, it's clear the bike's design walks that perfect line between rugged function and sleek modern lines. The tall stance, slim profile, and rally-inspired bodywork tell you exactly what it's for before you even touch the bars. Underneath the body sits a 652 cubic centimeters single-cylinder four-stroke engine, tuned for a broad spread of torque that's as happy chugging along at low revs in rocky terrain as it is pulling you past traffic on the highway. This is an engine that carries the legacy of thumper reliability while benefiting from modern fuel injection, improved cooling, and better internal balance to keep vibration in check without killing character. The sound is still there. That earthy, deliberate thump that makes single cylinders so addictive, but now it's paired with cleaner emissions and improved fuel efficiency. The chassis feels like it was engineered by people who actually ride both on and off-road. A steel frame keeps durability high, and geometry strikes that sweet spot between stable and nimble. At the front you've got a 21-inch wheel, at the back an 18-inch classic adventure proportions that handle potholes, sand, gravel, and rocks without drama while still allowing decent cornering manners on pavement. Wrapped around them are dual-purpose tires with a tread pattern aggressive enough for loose dirt but civilized enough for asphalt. Showa suspension handles the bumps, with full adjustability so you can fine-tune preload, compression, and rebound to suit your weight, luggage, or terrain. The travel is generous, meaning you won't bottom out every time you find a hidden dip in the trail, and ground clearance is more than enough to clear logs, curbs, and the occasional questionable mound in the middle of nowhere. Up top, the cockpit is a mix of rugged and refined. The TFT display is bright, color-rich, and easy to read even under harsh sunlight. It packs in essential info without feeling crowded and includes built-in navigation so you can plot a course without strapping a phone to your bars. There's a gear position indicator, trip meters, fuel range, and even a simple interface to adjust rider aids. Speaking of which, you get switchable ABS so you can have it on for the street and off for dirt, along with multiple traction control levels to match the surface you're on. These systems are there to help, not control, and they never feel intrusive. Switch them on when conditions get sketchy, turn them off when you want complete control, it's your call. The styling is where Honda really shows they care about heritage. The 2026 NX650R has that tall rally silhouette, the high-mounted exhaust tucked tight to the frame, minimal side plastics, and a seat that runs flat from tank to tail to let you shift your weight easily. The front cowl and windscreen are shaped to cut through air while providing enough protection for highway stints, and LED lighting all around means better visibility and lower power draw. Color options lean into Honda's adventure palette, bold reds with white accents, sandy desert tones, and a stealthy dark scheme for those who want a subtler look. It's clearly a nod to Dakar-style machines but without trying to be a race bike. Optional factory rally kits add auxiliary fuel capacity, reinforced skid plates, taller windscreens, and crash bars for those who actually plan to tackle multi-day off-road expeditions. Braking is handled by a single large front disc with a two-piston caliper and a rear disc with single-piston caliper, both tuned for good modulation so you don't lock up easily on loose ground. The brakes feel progressive on the street and predictable in dirt, which is exactly what you want on a bike that's meant to split time between the two worlds. The seat height is tall enough to give you good ground clearance and visibility, but the shape is narrow at the front so you can still get a foot down at stops if you're of average height. Weight is kept manageable, especially considering the bike's capabilities, and Honda has worked on centralizing the mass so it feels lighter when you're picking through technical terrain. On the road, the NX650R feels stable and unflappable. The suspension soaks up bad pavement, the engine cruises happily at highway speeds without feeling strained, and wind protection is surprisingly good for something with a minimalist fairing. Off-road, it's predictable, forgiving, and responsive. Stand on the pegs and the bike feels balanced and willing to go where you point it. The power delivery is smooth, so you're not fighting sudden spikes of acceleration when you're trying to keep traction on loose rock or wet clay. It's the sort of machine that invites confidence in less experienced riders while still being fun for those who know how to push it. Price is where Honda really makes its case. At around $8,900, about $8,999 you're getting a motorcycle that can genuinely do it all without asking you to spend adventure tourer money. It's affordable enough to be a first bike for someone serious about dual sport riding, yet capable enough to be the only bike in a more experienced rider's garage. Maintenance is straightforward, parts availability is solid thanks to Honda's massive network, and fuel economy is respectable, meaning ownership won't drain your wallet after purchase. What makes the 2026 NX650 stand out in a crowded market is how it blends old-school reliability and feel with just enough modern tech to make your life easier. It doesn't overwhelm you with endless riding modes or menus. It doesn't weigh as much as a fully loaded adventure bike, and it doesn't compromise off-road ability for the sake of comfort. It's honest in its design and execution, a motorcycle built for people who want to ride anywhere, not just look like they could. That balance between character and capability is rare, and Honda seems to have nailed it here. You get a bike that's fun, practical, and ready for whatever road, or lack of road, comes next. The NX name meant something in the past, and with this bike, it's set to mean something again. For riders chasing the horizon with equal parts curiosity and confidence, the 2026 NX650 is exactly the kind of machine that turns a plan into an adventure. Another thing that really stands out with the 2026 Honda NX650 is the way it encourages you to ride in a variety of styles without punishing you for stepping outside its comfort zone, because its comfort zone is huge. You can spend an entire morning carving through tight mountain switchbacks, lean it confidently on smooth tarmac, and by the afternoon be sliding the rear wheel through a sandy trail without feeling like you're abusing it. This adaptability is the sort of quality that makes a bike feel like it's part of your life rather than just a tool for one specific kind of riding. It's not precious about where it goes or how it gets there. If it picks up a scratch on the skid plate or a bit of mud up the sides, it looks even better for it. Ultimately, the 2026 Honda NX650 feels like a bike built by people who know what riders actually need instead of just what looks good in a brochure. It delivers reliability, versatility, and an easy ownership experience in a package that's as happy to get dirty as it is to stay clean. Whether it's a daily commuter that occasionally tackles a dirt shortcut home, a weekend trail explorer, or the companion for a months-long overland trip, it fits the bill without drama. For the price, for the capability, and for the sheer fun it offers, this is one of those rare motorcycles that can honestly claim to be more than the sum of its parts, and the road, or the trail, will always be better with it beneath you.